found his shot so far here on the island. Expect a big game in the championship game for a player that's had a great start to the season. And then in that year where the tournament was in the bubble, they went all the way to the Elite Eight.
And a three, Bryce Williams breaks the seal in this championship game. Probably could. That's a long two, and the first points for the Beavers.
And, you know, we talk about Coach Hoiberg and his ability to score the basketball. One of the biggest keys offensively for both teams is being opportunistic.
And taking advantage of the opportunity.
Against an unset defense. Because once they get loaded, it's pretty hard.
Up and under, Bryce Williams.
The free throw line a couple of times off of it.
Tough shot in the corner, fouled on a three. DeMarco Minor, a chance for four.
V-Week and all the money that needs to go to research to try to come.
Began his college career at Alabama. And he goes 1 for 2. Leading scorer and rebounder on this Oregon State team.
Jaden Quaintance was the headliner and defensively an elite level player that offensively is getting much more comfortable as the season has progressed. Not Bryce Williams comfortable.
Pac-12.
I think that move was very smart for the West Coast Conference to grab because it will strengthen the WCC this year. And in the top 5 in rebounding, just a great start to the season for the reigning ACC player of the week.
A three from Latoris Lelovicius in Oregon State has
that made a difference.
Connor Essegian on the drive. And the rebound, Oregon State and Latoris Lelovicius. Transition three, Josiah Lake rattles home.
Because it might be the best shot you get against Nebraska in the entire shot clock.
Beavers 4 for 7 from outside the arc. And Raleigh Wooster, last 3 years at Utah playing for Craig Smith. It's Josiah Lake, the spin and the bucket.
Help side defense wasn't able to rotate over the same way that you've seen from Nebraska.
Connor Essegian, 3. Deep three, Isaiah C. for the Beavers. 5 threes for Oregon State. I'm staying another night.
Of course you are.
I would stay longer if I could.
She probably will come back.
Rolls into second, Bryce Williams. Muscles his way to the basket. Bryce Williams and 1.
Bryce Williams is a dude. Like, I mean, he's going to go ahead and he's going to get you close to 20 almost every single night. And his efficiency and how he shoots the ball.
Juwan Gary does. Gets it back to Wooster, finds a path to the basket. Braxton Mia rips it down in the kick out. Connor Essegian, 3.
Best. Braxton Mia, he makes the little plays so consistently that go unnoticed for Nebraska.
Transition, Juwan Gary. Offensive foul. Second on Gary. A junior from Iran.
Women start to their year, but they were on the ropes against this Oregon State team, and then Portland was at the free throw line ready to ice the game. But he's just got to let it rip. It's like you're overthinking it when you start to struggle as a shooter and you start to overthink it. Never good things happen.
Berke Buchtungel tries the other corner and another 3.
How they felt like this year's teams were a little bit different. Nebraska, their defense has been awesome since we've been here. Oregon State, you ran through all the field goal percentage of scoring Ds in the top 10. Like, you look at the teams that have the most consistency in college basketball, they
knee injury, now the steal by Kings. And Kings, the finish.
He's like, man, I'm good. But when he rebuilt this roster, Mike Montgomery, Stu Morrill, I mean, those are 2 great coaches.
Berke backing down. And Berke the scoop.
What a first half for him. Got banged up and the numbers dropped a little bit. But he's looking good today.
DeMarco Minor missing at the buzzer. And a 2-point lead for Nebraska. DeMarco Minor can capitalize on his quickness. Nate Kings, 3! Oregon State has the lead.
Paint touch, paint. Wide open three, able to knock it down.
And the turnover. Here's Nate Kings again for the Beavers. And a goaltend.
They changed up their defense coming out of the halftime. They went to a 2-3 zone. On
They had a lead as large as 4 in the first half. And in the lane, Bryce Williams rolled. Have a good time down there?
I did.
Nate Kings. 3!
And he's having a good time here.
Juwan Gary, nice to the bucket.
Okay.
Bryce Williams floats it up and in, and we're tied. The kick to Connor Essegian. And the long rebound, Raleigh Wooster for Nebraska. Wooster gets to the basket. And
At where they were preseason predicted. And they said team. And the fact that his players, but they're in a fight right now with Nebraska.
Raleigh Wooster to the bucket.
Great read.
And the third on Nebraska in the second half. Led by the Hall of Famer Gary Payton. DeMarco Minor and Oregon State's. But we're going to be indoors. It's like that old. And to steal, Michael Ratai. Weaves his way up the floor. Ratai, the lay-in, and his first field goal of the game, and Oregon State reclaims the lead. Sam Hoiberg, 3! We are getting absolutely spoiled rotten by everybody. And I love every second of it.
This is phenomenal.
Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Michael Ratai in the lane. And it spins around and goes into Beeves. You've never had one.
I've never had one.
Andrew Morgan. And one as Morgan got knocked down.
At both ends of the floor.
And he gets the and one free throw. Isaiah C. to the bucket, and we're tied. Connor Essegian. And the offensive rebound. Berke Buktungel.
With the primal yell. And you've got guys out here that love the game of basketball.
Juwan Gary turns the corner. And the foul will get Gary to the line. The second on Matthew Marsh.
Everybody in America's like,
it's your favorite part of the broadcast. No, right to Bryce Williams. Berke Buktungel runs the floor. 74% of the line for Kings.
And again, Oregon State was down double figures to Oakland in the second half of that game.
5 to shoot, step back 3. And Isaiah C. with the miss and the rebound, Nebraska.
See.
And the drop off to Juwan Gary. And it rolls in.
The one thing that's impressed me a lot for Nebraska has been their poise and pace. Good. They haven't forced a lot of looks. And sometimes when you play at a little bit of slower pace, it tends to speed you up.
Nate Kings a step back. Tough shot by Kings.
That's the first mate. We've got to continue over the next 4:20, especially given the foul issues and being in the bonus and double bonus on the net. Well, it depends on how long we get to the under 4. Like if you're at the 3-minute mark, you got to bring him back.
Arsafala down low.
Going to sub him in on a defensive possession. I think you want to give him at least a second to get back out there at the offensive end. I would not be surprised if they get a stop here, though, that he goes to the scorer's table.
Bryce Williams. And one.
And Wayne Tinker was hoping to get a push.
As the last foul on Isaiah C. of Oregon State.
Playing essentially the 5-man right now.
Isaiah C. 3!
I mentioned it a couple possessions ago when he missed the 3. He hit a couple big ones late.
Bryce Williams answers. Raleigh Wooster. Berke Buktuncel way out there, banks it in! And the largest lead for Nebraska. Nate Kings, and one. At the line, Nate Kings. Bryce Williams.
He's good. For Nebraska, Iowa. So a real good chance to build some strong offensively. Starts with a guy at the free throw line.
A great year when they went back to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2014 as DeMarco Minor the miss. You think about what Nebraska accomplished last year, tied for third in the Big Ten, the most wins for a Nebraska team since 1990-91, and now
very impressive. 3 games here on the islands.
They met in South Dakota, and Nebraska win, and they Diamond Head Classic. Josiah Lake missing a 3. DeMarco Minor has it stripped. That'll do it. And the championship in Honolulu on Christmas night, the 15th annual Hawaiian Airlines belongs to the Nebraska Cornhuskers, 78-66 over Oregon State.
And they closed it with convincing fashion, a 6-0 run.